How you going? My name's Brad Vanders, otherwise known as the Aussie Pond Guy. Look, the reason I'm making this video is that I have a product which I think that you'll be interested in if you're interested in having a pond in your backyard. Now, my mission in life is to give every Australian a sensational pond experience. Too many people I know have had so much trouble with ponds, or they don't want to have a pond in their backyard because of the extra work and the cleaning and all the other stuff which they associate with the ponds that they've seen or experienced in the past, and so they're a little bit concerned about investing in a pond or taking on that extra responsibility of having a pond in their home. Now, I've become quite a successful pond builder. I've built many ponds, particular ecosystem ponds involving natural landscapes, and with that come a good understanding of different ponds, different pumps, different things that work, different technologies that are available, and we've built some beautiful ponds, and I'm so passionate about it that I can't stop thinking about new and exciting ways to how we can continue to make ridiculously good ponds for people that they can enjoy. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today is a pond kit for an ecosystem pond. Now, I haven't created this concept. I've simply dedicated my whole life to learning as much as I can about the ecosystem pond, so that I can take this wonderful concept of fusing technology and nature together so that people can have an awesome pond experience in their own backyard. So, why would you have a pond? For starters, ponds create such a beautiful atmosphere. I don't know if you can hear it now in this video, but there's a bit of water sound travelling through the room where I am. I'm recording this in my shop, and I've got down there, I've got a whole bunch of fish tanks and some koi ponds, and all my fish are living down there, and I've got the filters running. There's that sound of water echoing through. I've got water features going. It's a very beautiful, beautiful sound. So, just the way when people walk in, they see our ponds, they just flip out, especially kids, they love it. A lot of my clients, when we put these ponds and we install them in their backyard, they absolutely love the result, and they invite their friends over, and it's just a real talking point having a pond in their backyard. The second real big reason, and I think this is a cool reason, is that kids absolutely love it. Like, kids see like a live fish swimming around, or a big koi, or something like that, in the pond, like they come in, they just flip out, they love it. And I think in this day and age of the digital experience, where so much is online, so many kids are on Netflix, or the Nintendo DS or the Xbox, that creating and savouring those little natural experiences for children to experience the beautiful world that we have to offer is so cool. So they're an absolutely fantastic educational resource for the kids, and also for the grandkids. And plus, they get to feed them. They love doing that as well. The third big reason I think everyone should have a pond is that they increase biodiversity in your yard. So every client I have, we always hear the stories. We go and we build them a pond, and within a few days or a few weeks, the frogs move in. They've got tadpoles, or some different types of insects that move in. One guy I knew built a dragonfly pond specifically for dragonflies, and more and more every day we hear about people who want frog ponds, so they can basically create these little mini ecosystems in their backyard, and inevitably the wildlife moves in, so it increases biodiversity, bees, flowers, everything. It's just such a wonderful addition to the backyard. Now, why an ecosystem pond build? So an ecosystem pond build is effectively creating an ecosystem replicated in nature, as we see in nature. So if I look back 10, 20 years, if I look back at some of the ponds I come across now that were built 20 years ago, literally it's a hole dug in the ground. Someone's come along and spread 50 mil of concrete through the bottom of it, or they put a plastic liner in it, and they put some rocks around the sides, and then they've hooked up a filtration system, and away they go. Now, these days a lot more knowledge is available. We have the internet, so there's so many other ways of doing it we can learn about. The technology's improved and gone ahead in leaps and bounds. So effectively, an ecosystem pond is where we take the best of nature. So when you see like a mountain stream or a pond somewhere that's crystal clear, you can usually look to the bottom and you can see gravel and sand and plants and all these things working together to filter out that water. And effectively, it's a nice ecological balance. Also, the technology we have today, whereas the old ponds that were built without gravel and rocks and all of the best what nature has to offer, relied completely on a filtration system to keep it clean. we actually create the whole pond to be a complete filtration system. So by filtration system, I mean that it provides a gravel base to break down all the rubbish. So when you look in a pond and stuff's floating around, eventually it sinks to the bottom. And then, if you've just got an empty pond floor, like concrete or plastic liner or a rubber liner, basically all the gunk is just going to form a sediment on the bottom, which will have to be vacuumed out or cleaned out. And as it's all rotting and decaying there, it increases the nutrient content in the pond, and you end up with algal growths and all sorts of things. And that pea green, when you look at a pond that's like green all the way through, it's usually because that pond's out of balance. There's too much nutrient. There's not enough filtration to keep it in check. So basically the ecosystem pond is that fusion where you don't just rely on the filtration system. Like, you do put a good filtration system in, but instead of just relying on that to do the whole job, we incorporate nature as well. And when the two work together in harmony, the results are absolutely outstanding. And you'll see more of the videos below this down on the page. Now, the second thing is that they are incredibly easy to maintain. Now, I clean ponds for a living, okay? So I go out, I usually design and build ponds for customers, and then, I might be cleaning it for them or managing that pond for them. But I also have clients who have already had the pond in there for 20 years, and they want me to clean it for them. So I know how dirty they get, and I know how much work I have to put into those ponds to keep them clean, and the frequency of the cleaning is very frequent. Now, because I'm getting paid to do it, I might get paid every 6 weeks to go out and clean that pond because it just gets filthy so quickly. If the customer's looking after it, then they may be literally cleaning it every week or two, every like a weekly or fortnightly occurrence, going out and cleaning the pond, getting the vacuum cleaners, sucking all the rubbish up, doing water changes, all that sort of thing. So it's incredibly hands-on, and for some people they may really enjoy that, but if you're like me and you're time poor and you just want to enjoy the experience, ecosystem ponds are for you. So the ecosystem ponds that we build generally stay ridiculously clear in the water quality is clear, ridiculously clear all year round. Generally, there's a lot of rubbish that can get on the bottom on the gravels, and we can either siphon that out and clean it out, which I tend to do once a year, and then we get into the filtration system, and we might give them a very basic clean every 3 months. But usually once a year it's a big clean. Now, that's unheard of previously in ponds. Like, usually it's so hands-on, you're doing so much work all the time to keep it nice and enjoyable. This system, no joke, and I'll post some videos up to prove it, is just clean and clear all year round. It blows my mind. Like, as I see the ponds, I visited one today, and I was just once again reminded of how good this ecosystem pond building is. The third reason is they look absolutely stunning. Now, I've seen plenty of ponds that are either a big concrete square of tiles in them, or they're a big, organically shaped pond that's been concreted or PVC'd in, PVC plastic liner in, and the fish look nice, and it has their place. But when you truly see an awesome ecosystem pond with the gravels and the plants and the shells and the rocks, and like a nice neat waterfall, it's absolutely stunning. You can't beat it. It looks like it's been there. Like, customers regularly tell me, we put these things in, like, man, it looks like it's been there 100 years. It really does. If you choose your rocks right and you landscape it correctly, it can look like it's been there for a very long time. And it looks completely natural. It just looks absolutely gorgeous and natural. And so that's one of the big reasons I'm such a fan of the ecosystem pond. So why the Aussie Pond Guy Pond Kit? Now, as I said before, I want people to have a good pond experience. So many people have a bad pond experience. I want people to have a good pond experience. My customers have great pond experiences because of the value and the knowledge and the expertise that we're able to offer them, and I want to offer that to you. So one of the biggest partnerships I have as a business owner in my installations is with Clear Pond in Australia. Not only are they fantastic people to deal with, they also focus solely on high quality products. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate it when I go down to my local hardware store, I buy something cheap, or I buy something cheap online, and it lasts me 6 months or 12 months, or it gets 1 month out of warranty and it just breaks down, or is finished as its usefulness. I don't like that. I like to spend the money to get a high quality product up front that I know I'm going to have for a lot longer than if I bought a cheap cheap piece of rubbish. So effectively, my focus is to bring the best products to my customers, and ClearPond have the best products, and that's why I'm partnered with them, other than the fact that they're totally great guys. So the two main reasons is for Awasa. Awasa is a German-made product which is, in my opinion, second to none. And the second reason is for Firestone liners, which are a wonderful pond liner. Probably the best pond liner in the world when it comes to pond lining. They use variants of their liners in the Central Australia irrigation canals and things like that. The only problems they have are like emus poking their toes through it when they're running across it. It's just amazing products. Now, Awasa is great for several reasons. Now, a lot of people I speak to go, yeah, everything made in Germany is great. And look, I can't vouch for everything made in Germany. Volkswagen didn't do too well recently, but Awasa is just absolutely phenomenal. They pour so much money into research and development. They're not concerned about creating knockoff products that they can just churn out and replace every couple of years so they keep their sales up. They focus on high quality products. Now, one of the key things they have, which I absolutely love, is that each product is made from virgin plastics. Now, virgin plastics is basically plastic made from scratch. So we're not talking about reground or recycled plastic, which are in pretty much every other pond equipment on the market. We're talking about plastics that are made from scratch. Now, that then incurs a greater cost, but I'll tell you where we win, particularly here in Australia. Our summers are so hot, the ultraviolet radiation that beats down on us. We know about it every summer when we get sunburnt and when we hear about all the slip, slop, slap messages. Well, that same sun and UV radiation is just belting into the plastics in your pond and in your pumps and your filters all day, every day. Now, reground, recycled plastics just do not do well in that, and I'm constantly out at ponds and there's a cheap made pond pump or filter. I'll go to unscrew something and it'll just snap off in my hands. It's been there 1 or 2 years. It's a common occurrence. Whereas with the German stuff, like it's been there 10, 15 years, no joke, and it's still ticking along. And it's not just the plastics that are good, the whole engineering is amazing. Like here, we've been selling Awasa equipment for about 15 years. When I go out to ponds that we've sold equipment to in the past, I regularly pull pumps out of the water 10, 15 years on, and they are still ticking over. That's just how good they are. You're very rare. It's very rare to see that these days. So, for that reason, they're a fantastic product. They also have pretty much on balance the best efficiency when it comes to energy consumption. So one thing that people don't know about filtration for ponds is that it needs to run 24/7 so that you can keep enough oxygenated water going through your filter to keep your bacteria happy and doing their job inside the filtration. So if it's going to be running 24/7, you want to make sure that your costs are as low as possible. And Awasa deliver that in spades when it comes to their pond equipment. Now, I also mentioned the Firestone gear. It's a fantastic liner. When you're lining a pond, you don't want to be pulling it out in 2 years when the PVC plastic goes brittle and starts to crack. Like, it's just a pain. Like, if you want a cheap pond that you can just whack in DIY and and upgrade it every 2 or 3 years, and use PVC plastic liner. Go and get cheaper made filtration and pumps, and you'll get away with it at a lower price. But you'll be doing extra work. If you want a pond that you're just going to put in, set and forget, and it'll just pretty much run itself, then you want to use Awasa gear. You want to use the best that you can get your hands on, so that when it goes in the ground, it's done, and you're not worrying about it again, and you're not pulling it out, the liners later for leaks and things like that. It is done. So I won't use anything other than Firestone EPDM liner. I won't use anything other than Awasa pond and water guarding technology. They do pond pumps, pond filters, pond lights. It's just ridiculously good stuff. And if you want to take my word for it, jump online, check it out, Google, YouTube. ClearPond's website has a lot of information about it. They really are fantastic products. Now, the other reason I'd recommend getting an Aussie Pond Guy Pond Kit is that not only will we supply you with the top quality Awasa gear, this is the BioPress 10,000 filter set, so and we'll have more information below this video about the different pond kits you can get. We've got a 1,000 litre, a 2,500 litre and a 1,500 litre, sorry. I'll do a better job explaining that down below, but we'll give you an Awasa pond kit set, sorry. So we've got a pond pump and a filter. Canister filter comes with the hoses and the couplings and everything that you need for that. We'll also supply you with the Firestone liner that you'll need to create the pond of your choice. So if it's a 1,000 litre pond, we'll give you enough liner to do a 1,000 litre pond for that, and vice versa for the other products. And effectively, the biggest thing I'm offering is that I'm willing to partner with you to make it a success. So I'm not just like, here, buy this product, off you go, have fun, and hopefully it works well for you. I actually am willing to partner with you in order for it to be successful. So how does that work? Okay. Now I'm flat out this time of the year. I'm building ponds, I'm building water gardens, I'm servicing my customers, cleaning stuff up, getting things ready, looking good for Christmas. So I'm pretty busy this time of the year. But what I really want to do is to provide these pond kits to you with my promise to actually partner with you to make sure it's a success. So what does that look like? So you may be fully hands-on and all over it, and if you are, awesome, stoked for you, go for your life. You may just buy one of these kits, take it home, get stuck into it and have the time of your life. But if that's sort of a bit daunting to you, or you're a bit like, oh, I want to get one, but I don't really know how to make it work, well, this is what I'm going to offer you. Basically, you buy the kit, I'll send you a link which will have a step-by-step video tutorial on how to install it. So I'll explain to you best location, how to dig your hole, what liner, how to install the pond liner underlay and the pond liner, where to put your pump, where to put your filter, how to plant plants, how to put rocks, what gravels to use, what rocks to use. I'll literally step you through each part of that process so that you can actually follow along while you're doing your install, so that you get an awesome result. And you've already seen some of the videos, the work we do. We get awesome results, and it's not because we're absolutely amazing people. We just follow simple guidelines that work, and we've proven that they work. And 12 months on, they're still functioning so well. So there'll be those step-by-step tutorials. Now, if that's not enough, and you're going through those tutorials and you're still stuck, then you can email me personally at brad@thepondplace.com.au. brad@thepondplace.com.au. Flick me some photos, put some dimensions in there, whatever information you need, you put it in there, you send it to me, and I'll personally respond to your email. If we have to have a phone call, we will. Otherwise, I'm happy to try and partner with you at that level, that extra level, to make sure it's a success for you. Okay? So look, at the end of the day, I just love ponds, and I think that every house should have one because they're absolutely beautiful. The sound of the water is so calming. There's been tons of studies done that show that the sound of running water and the presence of fish and ponds and aquariums works wonders to de-stress your life and to get you a bit more relaxed and comfortable. Kids just absolutely love them. It increases that biodiversity, having that water source in your backyard. And it really is just such an amazing experience. And the other thing is too, I want you to have the best products. Now, the best products I'm talking about are expensive products if you compare them to cheap products, but chances are, and 9 times out of 10 that I see, they either pay themselves off in a couple of years with their energy consumption, or they outlast the other products by 4 or 5 times. And you've made your money back on what you would have paid replacing them every 2 or 3 years, and you would have not had to replace them, do all that work, and you can enjoy your pond for a lot longer and make it a really enjoyable experience. So I'm 100% committing to you having the best pond experience that you can, and I really want to do anything I can do to help that. So what I'll ask you to do is just read the content below and select your kit. So we've got a 1,000 litre kit, a 1,500 litre kit, and a 2,500 litre kit. Each of those kits, if you build them the way we specify here in New South Wales, you will meet the New South Wales building code, so it's completely legal. As long as your depth of your pond is less than 300 millimetres or 30 centimetres, and the surface area is less than 10 metres squared, it will meet council regulation and won't need a DA approval. It's based on the New South Wales building code. If you're in other states, it's a lot cruisier in other states. You pretty much, sky's the limit for natural ponds, so go for your life. And the other thing too is, I will stress, this is a starter kit, okay? So we build ponds for people that have really high class filtration systems. If you want to do this epic koi pond with beautiful big fish, and which will essentially mean a lot more waste, and you need better filtration, then we may need to customise something for you. So whereas this is a product to get you started, and you can have an awesome fish pond with 10, 15, 20 goldfish, some little pond fish to eat the mozzies, the mosquito wrigglers. There's so many things we can help you out with. If you want to take that next level, then we can help you by customising the pond pump filtration that you need to have an awesome experience. So look, I hope this has been helpful. If you want to connect with me, you can go to Facebook, type in Aussie Pond Guy, 3 words, Aussie Pond Guy, and you'll see my Facebook channel. I'm always on there posting content. I love interacting with people, and we've got a really cool community over there that follow along the pond builds, and they enjoy every minute of it, I'm told, through comments. So yeah, I think I've spoken enough, guys. I really hope I can help, really hope this can be a good thing for you. If you want to get in touch with me to discuss it further, once again, brad@thepondplace.com.au, more than happy to chat, and hopefully I can continue to deliver sensational pond experiences to each and every one of you as you come along the journey with me. So Aussie Pond Guy out, you guys have an awesome one. Catch you later, bye.